Hey guys, in today's video I want to talk about what happens when you use softbox for reflective products. Softbox, like this one, is made of fabric, and also the diffusion material inside the softbox is made of fabric. And as we know, fabric is having wrinkles, and this is the most difficult part when shooting reflective products, because glossy products, they pick up everything from your studio, from the room, from the light modifiers, and every defect will be visible. It would be always better to use any kind of other diffusion materials than softboxes. For example, even those plexi boards that I use in my studio, and I've shown these in my previous videos, even those will get you much better results. So in today's video, I just want to demonstrate you what is the difference between using softbox and plexiglass. Today I have just a simple setup here, and I'm using two lights, one for the background and one main light which is having the softbox on, and then that's it. That's all we need. The light is not going to be perfect, but that's not the case. I just want to show you what's the difference between softbox and plexiglass and how much you can improve your images by choosing the correct one. So, my camera is already connected to the computer. I'm using Capture One to tether all my images, and let's go from here. Lights are turned on. My wine bottle, it's a specifically chosen bottle because it has this beautiful dark glossy surface, and I can showcase perfectly on this one how much reflections will be visible depending what type of modifier you are using. So let's start with softbox. Let's just take first image, and as you can see from the screen, this first image is just horrendous. It's just so horrible that it's just bad. Look at those reflections. So this is what happens when you are using cheap softbox and you don't have any other light modifiers. There's a complete mess going on in this white reflection. You see a hotspot in there, you see some darker shades, brighter shades, and it's so uneven that it's just ugly. So this is something that we cannot accept when shooting products like wine bottles or any type of glass, metal items. We need to find another solution for that, because at least my clients, they will not accept this kind of product image. So let me just quickly explain what just happened. Softbox is having this white diffusion material in here, and there's also one additional layer inside the softbox, which is taking off the main power from the flash itself and spread it out more evenly into the box. And you can see from the shades in here already that this diffusion material inside is thinner and it is not in even shape. And then on top of that, we see all of those wrinkles on the top fabric. And this is our main issue when we are using softboxes like that, because our dark wine bottle is picking up everything from here. And then you will get pretty much same looking bottle like this softbox, which is just horrible. So this is what happens if you use this kind of softbox in the studio. So now let's try my other solution to create correct reflections on the side of the bottle. Let's replace this softbox with white plexiglass. And this is just a simple fix when we are doing this. We can pick up those plexiglass boards. They will cost a few dollars in your local hardware store, and it will make you a great difference comparing to this softbox. So let's try it out. Let's just take this one off, and let's put this reflector on top of that. Now let's bring in our plexiglass. This is the piece of plastic that I use every day in the studio. It's about 2.5 millimeters thick, and it is semi-transparent, so when you are hitting your flash towards this board, then the light will go through, but instead of creating this hard, strong hotspot in here, it will spread it out onto the whole board, and therefore you will get much nicer reflection on your product rather than using this softbox. So let's place this here, just right next to the product. And now let's take another shot and let's see what happens with the plexiglass. All right, so this is something. It's a good example in here. Comparing to the previous image, we have the massive improvement in the quality, I would say. It's a night and day, because the left one with the softbox is having those horrible reflections here, and this is not good at all. But now, if we zoom in with our latest image, then look closely how beautiful and clean is this reflection that we can create with just a simple plexiglass. We don't need to think twice which one to use when shooting reflective products like this one. Plexiglass is creating this beautiful, even light onto the side of your product, and therefore you get perfect results every time. So that would be the image that my client would accept, because it looks good, it's clean with a smooth surface, and it just looks professional. All right, that's it. This was my demonstration. What is the difference between cheap softbox and plexiglass? Two modifiers, but they can create such a different result. Of course, there's a difference between softboxes. I was specifically using today cheap softbox just to show you how it differs from other light modifiers. But if you pick up some more premium softboxes, or for example, if I take my Pro Photo softboxes, then obviously I would get different results as well. But in this video, I just wanted to show you the difference between really like simple cheap softbox and plexiglass, and how much better can one be, even if it is like just a few dollars. So I hope you got some ideas from this video, and I didn't explain everything like really confusingly. And yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, then let me know in the comments, and in the meantime, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.